Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I have a review on the 3CE Blur Water Tint, which I have all 10 colors to review for you guys. So let's get the review started. This is the latest lip product from 3CE, and the feature for this is supposed to actually be smudge proof on the lips, and it's supposed to give you like a water gel finish as well as like a smooth and silky finish, and it's supposed to give you like a light primer on your lips, which means that it gives you like a seamless coverage for a soft focused look. And again, like I mentioned, it is transfer proof, which we will do like a transfer proof test really soon. I just want to talk about the packaging because I thought it was really nice. It's very typical of 3CE where you get a packaging like this, but this time round it has like this, you know, like transparent hazy looking packaging to emphasize the blurriness of, you know, this whole concept, I guess. And at the bottom will tell you the name of the color, as well as, you know, seeing the color of the lip tint inside. However, I did notice with this is that what you see on the outside is not necessarily what you get on the inside. What I mean by that is sometimes I noticed that when I open it, I was like, oh, it's actually not that orangey or something like that, you know, but I guess it's because of the blurriness of the packaging. For the applicator, it is your typical applicator, I guess, where you get that long applicator wand and it's pointy on the top to give you more of that sharpness when you do apply it on your lips. For the texture, I found this very interesting, but also very similar to the Peripera Ink Mood Drop Tint, which I feel like after trying this Blur Water Tint and after trying this Ink Mood Drop Tint, I feel like I've noticed with K-Beauty they are releasing more of this type of tint. You give you that blur finish, but also that really soft texture on your lips when you apply, as if you're not applying anything. This particular one, 3CE Blur Water Tint, definitely give me more of that feeling where when I first apply, I feel that water-based texture, but at the same time, it felt very, very lightweight, like way lighter than the Ink Mood Drop Tint, to be honest, on the lips. And then once you apply, you can feel the tint on your lips. That's the only thing different. And what I mean by that, it just gives you a bit of that matte finish when you apply after it has dried up, so you definitely feel like there's something on your lips. However, application wise, when you apply, it definitely look very, very, very sheer, and then you can sort of build it up, but some of the colors is a bit of a hit and miss. I feel some feel very sheer and some feel very beautiful as well, but I'll go through that once I actually show you guys more of the close-up. But I feel like in terms of the application, it feels very, very soft on the lips. It's very easy to apply and it doesn't emphasize any of my dry skin, which is great. For the longevity, I felt like this lasted for a very, very long time, but I did notice that depending on how much you eat or drink during the day, it does fade off on the inner part of your lips where, you know, the food or the glass will meet in your inner part of the lips. That's where it will fade off, but I'll show you guys like a close-up so you guys will know what I mean. I'm gonna push this particular color into this mask. This color I'm wearing right now is the darker shade in this collection, and it is called Play Off. So I'm gonna push this off, not push this off, oh my god, I'm gonna push this into the mask. And as you can see, there's only like excess of the inner part, but nothing else. I'm gonna do more. Ta-ta, nothing. I'm gonna do on my hand. Can you guys see? Nothing. This is like amazing. Like, I've used this so many times and I'm just truly impressed with like the transfer. Okay, like it doesn't transfer, and surprisingly it doesn't stain as much on your lips as well. I know it's shocking because sometimes you're worried that it might stain a lot on your lips. This one doesn't really, except for one color which I will mention later in the close-up video. I'll quickly describe the smell. It just smells like your typical 3CE lip tint, where it smells a bit like salted caramel, but it doesn't really smell on your lips once you apply it on. So if you guys do not like any scented stuff, this won't be a bother for you at all. The color ranges for this have like brown, coral, pink, and a little bit of like a purple mauve shade. However, with all of these colors, it does not mean you get like the most orangey shade or like the most purpley shade, just because of the finish and the pigmentation. If you have really pigmented lips like me, some of these colors may be a bit off-putting for you because some may not look as obvious on your lips. If you have like very low pigmented, is that how you say it? If your lips are not as pinkish or like, you know, as quite whitish or fair, I feel like the lighter colors will actually be more obvious on you. That's how I personally feel, and you guys will know what I mean once I show you guys the swatches, because I feel like some of these colors look really pretty much like similar on my lips the more you guys see the close-up, but it is how it is, I guess. However, for me, there are some colors that I've picked out that I absolutely love and that is really obvious on my lips, so I'll show you guys at the end as well. I remember the last time I did a video about like lip tint or whatever, some people got really mad that they were like, oh, you don't know how my skin look like or blah blah blah, but I mean, this is all based on my lip, okay guys, so I'm just want to put it out there so I don't get any comment like that. But hopefully if you guys have similar lips like this, similar situation, you will know what I mean once I show you guys the swatches. First color is called Big Beige, and I would say this is the lightest color in this collection for me, and this is much more of like my MLBB shade, but much more leaning towards like a brown shade. So when I first apply it on, I can see that this is very sheer, but once you actually build it up, you can see that it's emphasized my skin color a little bit more, but more so like a brown tone shade. Then I have Coral Moon, and you can see from the name, this is a coral shade. For me, this is much more of like a sheerer coral pinkish color, so even though I try to build up a little bit more, it still leans towards much more of the sheerer side for me. I have Casual Affair, and this one, I absolutely love this color, and I feel like this is a beautiful rosy pink shade on my lips. And I have Breezeway, which I thought was quite a nice name, and this is another coral shade, and this is much more of like a corally orangey shade on my lips. Pink Guava, which I absolutely love, and this one is much more of like a light pinkish raspberry tone shade. Not so much of the raspberry purple side, it's more like a pinky raspberry side, so I think this is actually really pretty for like springtime look as well. Then I have Lay Down, which is, I feel like, another MLBB shade for me, but this is leaning much more towards like a mauvey purple shade, so it emphasizes more of my purple cooler undertone shade, and this is actually very beautiful on me. I have Sepia here, and I absolutely love this color because it's a combination of red and brown, so you can see that red undertone, but you also see that brown coming out as well, which I absolutely love. Then I have Spot Player, which I felt like it was similar to Pink Guava. However, with Spot Player it's definitely much more darker and it's much more reddish than Pink Guava, but at the same time you get that hint of that raspberry pink shade as well. Second to last is Double Wind, and this is another purpley shade for me, and this is the only lip color that actually stained on my lip. However, I absolutely love this color, and I felt like this was very similar to Lay Down. Lay Down is more of like an MLBB purple shade, but for this particular Double Wind is much more darker, and this would definitely be something I would go for more than like the color Lay Down. Last but not least is Playoff, which is what I'm currently wearing, and I absolutely love this color because even though it's like your typical strawberry pink color, but I felt like out of all these colors, this is the most pigmented lip tint amongst this 10. So if you're looking for something very highly pigmented and not so sheer looking, this would be it. But I absolutely love this color and really accentuate my skin color so much more. Like, it just makes my skin much more fairer for some reason, but I absolutely love this particular shade as well. Overall, I'm really impressed with all of these colors, but I did forget to mention one thing in the beginning, was that I cannot use this as like a gradient lip because of how sheer it is. So for me, I would use it more like a fuller lip, like how I'm using it now. But even if you don't like how full this look, you can always tone it down by just applying very lightly on your lips to give you much more of that sheer light tone shade, if that makes sense. I'll probably get some questions in terms of comparing this with the 3CE Flash Lip Tint as well. I felt like comparing this two is definitely very different. With the 3CE Flash Lip Tint, it's definitely much more pigmented, much more glossier and shinier. So that's how I feel with the Flash Lip Tint. And with the Flash Lip Tint, the longevity is as long as this Blur Water Tint as well. It's definitely the same, but it all depends on what you're looking for. If you're trying to find something very shiny, very glossy, very highly pigmented as well, I would definitely recommend the Flash Lip Tint. But if you're looking for something much more natural, sweeter looking, lighter finish, everyday type of lip look, I would definitely go for the Blur Water Tint. And for the moisture, both of these are very moisturizing as well. It was great for those who have dry lips like me. So yeah, this is my quick comparisons in terms of this two. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.